Hello, dear viewers and subscribers. Today I'm going to conduct my first review of a ship, and this is a review of the Italian cruiser RN Pola. It is a premium variation of the Zara cruiser, and for me, it's pretty remarkable that unlike Japanese and German heavy cruisers, you don't have torpedoes on the Italian counterpart. At the first sight, it sounds not very good, but on the other hand, when you have no torpedoes, you don't have the temptation to use them to get close to the enemy, endangering your ship and crew. And you also cannot be, your ship cannot be blown up by hitting one of the torpedo tubes, which is a pretty common sight on many different destroyers and light cruisers in game, which are now, well, because destroyers are known to have a big number of torpedo tubes. The situation when the destroyer gets blown up by detonating its torpedo stack are not uncommon. Once I had even managed to blow up enemy light cruiser by shooting its torpedo tube from point blank range from the anti-air gun of the torpedo boat. However, the explosion had killed both my torpedo boat and enemy light cruiser. I had even recorded it on video, and if you scroll far enough, you can probably find it on my channel. Because it happened like a year ago or something like that. After the last major update, now you can control main caliber and secondary caliber guns at the same time. The first press of if they are well, if you choose a specific option in the settings, in the control settings, you can make it the same way I use them. Well, when the first press of the left mouse button fires the main caliber guns, and the second press fires secondary caliber guns, which is pretty useful. What makes this Italian cruiser remarkable from other premium ships on 5.7 is probably the fact its guns have a bit faster rate of fire. They reload a bit faster, and they also have pretty good damage when you use armor piercing shells, as you can see right now. At least in my view, Pola cruiser and its main caliber guns are better than ones on Prince Eugen. And well, it's just my opinion, but I had achieved most of the time I perform much better on Pola than on Prince Eugen. You also have a pretty good and powerful battery of secondary caliber guns, but your main weapon is 203 mm naval cannons. You have 8 of them, and they are grouped in 4 turrets, 2 barrels in 2 guns in each turret. Since it is a pretty modern battleship, it has a centralized fire control system, and well, it's not really hard to get used to ballistics of these guns because they're pretty good. Unfortunately, the anti-air battery on your ship is not as strong as on German cruisers and battleships. However, it is still capable in taking down enemy air retreats. And in my opinion, the fact that Pola is faster, more durable than Prince Eugen, and has a faster rate of fire, as long as you speak about main caliber guns, I think these factors make up easily for the lack of powerful anti-air protection. And by the way, you do have some automatic anti-air guns and even some high caliber Breda machine guns. However, those machine guns are not nearly as effective as German quadruple Wilberwind style 20 mm anti-air gun installations. You also have a reconnaissance plane, which you can launch. I can't recall what button, but by default it does it. But in my case, it is binded to I, and well, main use and probably the best use you can put those planes to is capturing the points in multiple point maps from afar without endangering your ship. Yes, the reconnaissance planes can capture points, and you can also use them as sort of fighters to fend off enemy air attacks, as most recon planes in the game have some kind of small arms armament. Well, by the way, Raw 43, which is an Italian recon plane used on RN Pola, has 2 rifle caliber machine guns, synchronized machine guns, and 1 machine gun in the tail turret operated by a gunner. I had once managed to land this seaplane near an enemy seaplane, which was also launched from a cruiser, and then take the enemy out by switching to the gunner's position and literally shooting the enemy pilot in the head through the cockpit with the machine gun. It was pretty funny. So, what do we have in the end? The Pola is, in my opinion, one of the best premium ships in the War Thunder so far. It is pretty versatile, and its guns have plenty of destructive power, especially when loaded with armor-piercing shells, which, by the way, explode if the enemy has at least some armor. They explode inside the enemy ship. If you attack non-armored targets like destroyers and small torpedo boats, I recommend using high explosive shells instead, because the armor-piercing shells will just shot through the enemy without exploding. They will pass through the construction of the enemy ship without dealing much damage and explode in the water. So armor-piercing shells are to be used only against cruisers and battleships. By the way, I'm going to show you some other kills. Well, I have managed to kill 4 enemy ships in total in this battle, and well, the first ship was sunk with a 1-ton high explosive bomb, SC-100, or SC as it is pronounced in German. And well, as you can see, it's pretty effective, especially in kamikaze style attacks. And now I'm going to probably conduct a small review of the MAS 569 torpedo boat, which will show you how dangerous they can be to large ships, especially if their owners don't pay attention to their surroundings. I am going to launch 2 torpedoes from 500 meters, and they will deal 3 damage to this EU Atlanta light cruiser by blowing up its armor storage. So second torpedo launch it, die, and now we are switch watching over so we can see how he died. Oh yeah, for some reason game doesn't want to show his death. Well, as you can see, 4 ships sunk. Thank you for watching, and please support Ukraine against the Russian invasion.